Fox News Alert. We are learning 2 people have reportedly died after a stabbing outside a UK synagogue.
So the incident coming on Yom Kippur, one of the holiest days of the year for the Jewish people.
If you're a Jewish person in the United Kingdom, you can get some free training right here in the U.S. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms for NRA certification of multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like channel, like content, and what I do, you can support me with a link. Everything's appreciated. Online store is open. CGB20 gets you 20% off. Helps to support the channel. And you get free shipping, but CGB20 gets you 20% off. Take advantage. Let's talk about this. Came across this article and very interesting. Now, back in October 2nd of this year, Yom Kippur, which is a holy Jewish celebration, a man in Manchester, England, whose name literally translates to jihad, drove his car through a crowd of people, then leapt out with a knife and went on a stabbing spree, killed 2 and injured 4 people.
A terrible killing at a synagogue on this, as you noted, the holiest day of the Jewish calendar, Yom Kippur, holiest and most solemn day, and I might add, the best attended at the synagogue. The synagogue was at the northwestern city of Manchester. It happened around 9:30 when the temple was in fact packed. A man drove his car into a crowd, ramming the people outside of the synagogue. He didn't make it inside of the building, but also apparently got out of the car and with a knife started to stab as well. He left 2 people killed, 3 people injured, and eventually he was killed by police. It happened at 9:31, guys, and by 9:38 the police were at the scene and they were very busy evacuating worshipers, adding security not just there but at synagogues all throughout the UK. King Charles offered his condolences, and Prime Minister Keir Starmer had these words. Take a listen.
It's absolutely shocking, and all of our thoughts are with those affected. I'm on my way back to London. When I arrive, I will chair an emergency COBRA meeting. I'm already able to say that additional police assets are being deployed to synagogues across the country, and we will do everything to keep our Jewish community safe.
This was obviously clearly an anti-Semitic attack. It's very clear. Now, the problem with the UK is that they have literally left their citizens defenseless, period. It is disgusting what they have done. If you remember, 1988, they removed all centerfire rifles from the hands of the public, semi-automatic. And then in 1997, they outlawed standard handguns. To own a gun in the UK, you are delegated down to a single shot shotgun, side by side, some pump actions, and some semi-automatics and bolt action centerfire rifles. And when applying for your very strict firearms certification, you cannot say for self-defense. Self-defense disqualifies you from owning a gun. You cannot use a firearm in the UK to defend yourself. And there have been plenty of stories where people have had their homes broken into and have used a firearm to defend themselves and ended up in serious legal trouble. But that's the UK. They have gone downhill when it comes to the rights of the individual in that country. Rights of the criminals, they seem to have no problem. The rights of immigrants who do violent and disgusting things, it's all good, but not for your UK citizen. But there is a gun training company in Pennsylvania, and it's called, I'm going to try to say this correctly, Sharev Gidon. I hope I said that right. They specialize in Israeli tactical training. The owner is a former IDF soldier and apparently knows his stuff. But he is offering UK Jews free training if they can get to his facility in Pennsylvania. Let me bring you into here. We're going to bounce around this real quick. American Firearms Training School offering free gun training to UK Jews. And this is in response to what happened in Manchester with the attempted homicide with the vehicle and then the stabbing spree. But I'm going to bring you down to here. Many generations of law-abiding British subjects obligingly surrendered their weapons when called to do so by the Crown and accepted the limitations imposed on them for the use of the firearms they were given the privilege of keeping. Centerfire semi-automatic rifles were banned in 1988 and standard handguns were outlawed in 1997. What the English are left with today includes a variety of shotguns, including double barrel, pump action, and semi-automatics, as well as bolt-action centerfire rifles, rimfire, semi-autos, and long barrel pistols, known as LBPs, which are standard pistols and revolvers with a barrel length of at least 12 inches and an overall length of 24 inches. Okay, don't need to get into that, but it needs to be said that even these UK legal firearms are subject to strict licensing and may only ever be used for sporting purposes, with self-defense strictly forbidden. Obviously, with British Jews being such a vulnerable target of violent anti-Semitism, immigration to the US is obviously an answer for the long-term survival. These are the type of immigrants we need in the US, wealthy, educated people with a work ethic who will bring needed skills to our society, much like the Boer immigrants fleeing from anti-white violence in South Africa. However, such a move is not likely to happen overnight. For those stuck there for the time being, armed self-defense is the only solution. The British police cannot and will not stop an Islamic terror attacks against the Jewish community. In the words of Thomas Jefferson, when tyranny becomes law, resistance becomes duty. That's why we, here at Sharev Gidon Israeli Tactical Training Academy, have decided to offer free defensive firearms training on UK legal firearms to British Jews who are willing to obtain firearms certificates and secure their communities. It goes without saying that anyone even mentioning the idea of self-defense as a reason for applying a firearm certificate will have it automatically denied, and anyone actually using a firearm for self-defense in Britain will almost undoubtedly face criminal prosecution. But as the saying goes, it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. The way I see it, if you are being violently attacked by an Islamic terrorist, you have the choice to either be stabbed to death like a good citizen would, or violently resist with a firearm and face criminal charges. I'll choose the latter. Those British Jews who agree with me and are willing to be there to defend their communities while being well aware of the potential consequences for doing so are welcome to fly across the pond to get trained with us. We'll make sure to keep the training discreet and your identity private. And then it says sign up. You can go to their website and do so. Now, the guy who runs this is Jonathan Stern. I hope I said that right. He's an IDF veteran and a professional firearm instructor who specializes in training synagogues and other houses of worship against violent attacks. He is the director of Sharev Gidon Israeli Tactical Training Academy in Huntsdale, Pennsylvania, and he's also a contributor to Firearms and News. So, and I got their website up, and once again, very interesting. So there it is. We have an American company willing to train people for free if they can get to their facility to protect themselves in a country where protecting yourself with a firearm is a crime. Like I said, I don't know if you know this, I've said this before, I believe, but I was born in the United Kingdom. And I look at Britain today as compared to when I lived there, and I don't recognize it, period. Forget about the technological advances. Piccadilly Circus has become almost like, freaking downtown Tokyo. I'm talking about that. I'm talking culturally. They have lost their way. And there's just too many people, UK citizens, who are just bowing down to it. But if you're a British Jew and you want this training, it's being offered. Right? And good for them, but it is really unfortunate that you literally get criminal charges for defending yourself against a violent attack. Like I said, the UK has gone backwards and it's just getting worse. But I just want to put that out there. And British Jews, there it is. Just saying. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time the video goes live. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.